Hello YouTube, it's time to talk about Assassin's Creed. Today I'm going to be talking about an aspect of the series that I believe is misinterpreted by a wide array of people. Although it was a little bit present in the first game, AC2 prompted many people to think that the series was anti-religious, with many people saying they love the series simply because of it. This is understandable because at the end of the game you get in a fistfight with the Pope in the Vatican, while during the fight he talks about how he used religion to gain power. But looking at the series as a whole, saying Assassin's Creed is anti-religious would be a grave misunderstanding of the entire point of the series. If you end up liking this video, make sure to like it, subscribe, and share it. In the beginning of the first few Assassin games, there was a screen you read when the game booted up. It read, "Inspired by historical events and characters." This work was designed, developed, and produced by a multicultural team of various religious faiths and beliefs. These various faiths are seen through subtle contexts in the game. For example, in Assassin's Creed 4, you are walking with a drunk Upton as you pass by a church. While walking past it, he says,
"In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy..." Mate, the Father, the Son, and the Holy... What's the third one again?
Let's just keep it moving, yeah?
The Father, the Son, and the Let's Keep It Moving.
Ephesians 5:8 from the Bible reads, "And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Holy Spirit." This passage is simply saying, as alcohol has influence on a drunk man, so should God's commands have influence over a Christian. Which is ironic as Upton walks by the church and can't even remember the name of the Holy Spirit. There are several context situations like this throughout the series that I was able to recognize, which goes to show that the loading screen text isn't just a disclaimer for the possible offensive content of the game. The team really is made up of members who have a varied set of beliefs. These contexts are brought about by the writing team. Why would a writing team that has some members that have religious beliefs write a story where one of the main themes in the game is religion is bad? They wouldn't. Rather, the Assassin's Creed series is a comparison of perspectives where both religious and non-religious perspectives are taken into account. For example, let's take one of the most famous parts of the series, the fistfight with the Pope that I mentioned. It becomes clear the Pope doesn't care about the religion or the god his public face seems to try to serve. I'll just let him say it.
"I don't care. It's not approval I'm after, just power."
This is a direct blow to faith coming about by the Catholic Church. The medieval Catholic Church was a dark time for the Catholic Church, with the Crusades and many other acts turning the Church into nothing more than a den of thieves driven by power and greed. But just as this blow lands in the series, Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 provide another perspective. In the beginning of the games, Connor and Edward Kenway both used the Creed to justify and encourage their sense of vengeance and power. Whereas Ezio walked away from the man who killed his family, Connor ends up killing Charles Lee. Their anger and drive are seen not only in the storyline and expressions, but also by their fighting style. In contrast to the fluid, disciplined fighting style of Ezio, Connor and Edward both fight aggressively and with passion. The Creed is used as justification for their actions, and is encouraged further by the Creed in the same way the Catholic Church used the guise of religion to justify the Crusades. Which goes to show people in groups will use many things, religion or not, to justify their actions. Comparisons like this are made throughout the game. However, the Catholic Church didn't just use religion to justify their actions, they also used it to control, which is one of the main themes in the game in the fight between Templars and Assassins. But if we go back to the first game, however, it gives us some insight. There's a quote by Altair that speaks volumes to me. "Some days we speak of education believing that knowledge will free us from immorality. But as I walk the streets and see slaves sent off to auction, when I see husbands hurl abuses and stones at his wife, when I see children torn from their parents so that another man might profit, on those days I do not think dialogue will make a difference. On those days I can only think of how the perpetrators need to die." Compare this to Ezio's response to the man who ordered the death of his family.
Get it over with, then.
No. Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done.
Altair was raised as an assassin from birth, while Ezio did not even know of his heritage until he was 17. Though not as obvious as the religious form, Altair's mindset was formed from being raised as an assassin since birth. Furthering this idea, you find out the leader of the Assassin's Creed Order and your mentor is actually a Templar, with the Templars being associated with mind control and dominance. This is once again a comparison that brings things into perspective that it's not just religion that does harm, but human nature itself. The first parts of the series aren't as much a dogging on religion, but are more as an encouragement to better learn about yourself and find out why you believe and think. Whatever that might be, it makes us remember.
Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.